Right now, someone in your life might be quietly using your kindness against you. You probably believe that being patient, understanding, and helpful will earn respect. You believe that if you treat people well, they will eventually treat you well too. That kindness builds loyalty, trust, and appreciation. But in many cases, the opposite happens. Because the moment someone realizes you will always say yes, they stop asking with respect. They start expecting it. You answer messages instantly. You cancel your own plans to help someone else. You forgive people who never apologize. And every time you do this, you are teaching people something about you. You are teaching them that your time is negotiable. Your energy is negotiable. Your boundaries are negotiable. And once someone learns that about you, they stop seeing kindness. They start seeing opportunity. Opportunity to push a little further. Opportunity to ask for a little more. Opportunity to rely on your good nature without consequences. And the worst part is that many people don't even feel guilty about it. Not because they are evil, but because human nature often works like this. In a competitive world, people naturally take advantage of whatever gives them leverage. If someone knows you will always give more than you receive, they will often allow that pattern to continue. You might have already felt this in your life. Maybe at work you became the reliable one, the employee who never complains, the one who stays late, fixes problems, and helps everyone else finish their tasks. At first, people thank you, but over time, something strange happens. The more you help, the more work quietly finds its way to your desk. Your kindness slowly turns into an expectation. The same thing happens in friendships. You become the friend who always listens, the one who always shows up, the one who pays the bill when everyone else hesitates. At first, everyone appreciates it, but eventually, they assume it. They expect you to be the understanding one. They expect you to be the generous one. They expect you to be the one who sacrifices. And the moment kindness becomes predictable, respect begins to fade. Because human psychology constantly tests boundaries. When someone pushes a boundary and nothing happens, the brain registers that space as safe. So people push again, and again, and again, until your kindness stops being a gift and becomes a system others rely on. Centuries ago, one philosopher studied this pattern with brutal honesty. His name was Niccolò Machiavelli. He lived in a world filled with political betrayal, shifting alliances, and constant struggles for power. While many thinkers wrote about morality and ideal behavior, Machiavelli studied something different. He studied reality. He wanted to understand how people actually behave when power, survival, and advantage are involved. And what he discovered shocked the world. Because Machiavelli realized something deeply uncomfortable about human nature. People admire kindness, but they respect strength. One of the most famous lines in political philosophy, he warned, "If you cannot be both loved and feared, it is safer to be feared." This statement is often misunderstood. Machiavelli was not encouraging cruelty or tyranny. He was describing a psychological truth. When people know there are no consequences for their actions, they stop respecting boundaries, and kindness without boundaries removes consequences. This is where dark psychology quietly enters everyday life. Manipulation rarely looks obvious. It doesn't look like a villain in a movie. Often it looks like a friend asking for one more favor. It looks like a coworker saying, "You're the only one who can help." It looks like someone saying, "I thought you cared about me." These phrases seem innocent on the surface, but psychologically, they create pressure. They make you feel responsible for someone else's problem. And once you accept that responsibility, they gain influence over you. One of the most common manipulation tactics is boundary testing. Someone asks for a small favor, then a slightly bigger one, then something inconvenient. If you say yes every time, they slowly escalate their expectations. Another tactic is emotional leverage. People use guilt, sympathy, or loyalty to encourage you to do things you normally wouldn't. They may say things like, "If you were a real friend," or "I really need you right now." These words activate your sense of compassion, and compassion is powerful. But when compassion has no limits, it can become a tool others activate whenever they want something from you. In workplaces, this pattern creates burnout. In friendships, it creates imbalance. In relationships, it creates resentment. The person who always forgives becomes the person who gets disrespected. The person who always gives becomes the person everyone takes from. Not always intentionally, but predictably. And that's the key word, predictability. Powerful individuals understand something simple. Predictability reduces power. The moment people know exactly how you will react, they can control the outcome of the situation before it even begins. If they know you will never say no, they don't need to negotiate. If they know you will always forgive, they don't need to change their behavior. And if they know you will always be available, they don't need to value your time. So, what's the solution? Should you stop being kind? Should you become cold, distant, or selfish? Not at all. The real solution is controlled kindness. Kindness with boundaries. Kindness with awareness. Powerful people do not eliminate compassion from their lives. They simply refuse to let compassion become exploitation. The first step is learning to say no without over-explaining. Many people weaken their boundaries by justifying them. They feel the need to explain every decision, but explanations invite negotiation. Sometimes a calm, simple, "No, I can't do that," is enough. The second step is reducing instant availability. When you respond to every request immediately, you signal that your time has unlimited access. But time is one of the most valuable resources you have. Let people wait sometimes, not to punish them, but to remind them that your time matters. The third step is observing reactions. When you begin to set boundaries, something interesting happens. Some people will respect you more. Others will disappear. And that disappearance reveals something important. It shows you who valued you as a person and who valued you only for your usefulness. This realization can feel painful at first, but it is also incredibly freeing. Because once you understand this pattern, your kindness becomes a choice rather than an obligation, and that changes everything. People test you less, respect increases, your energy returns, and the same kindness that once made you vulnerable becomes a powerful part of your character. Machiavelli's warning was never about becoming cruel, it was about becoming aware. The world contains both genuine people and opportunists. Your job is not to eliminate kindness, your job is to protect it with strength. Because kindness without boundaries invites exploitation. But kindness combined with clear boundaries creates something far more powerful, respect. And the moment you understand that, your kindness finally stops being your weakness and becomes your greatest strength.